As well as the standard ways of solving equations like linear and quadratics, there's lots of little kind of edge cases, unusual tricks that we can use to solve equations. This is solving equations using coefficients. So have a go at this in your own time if you like, have a look. So the way to do this is kind of by inspection. You look at the coefficients. Well, you say, well, there's an equal sign, so both sides must be the same. Well, both sides have got a 2. Both sides have got an 11x, so that's a wash. That doesn't really make any difference. I don't personally like to cross them out, but I'm saying we don't. But we can sort of say we don't need to think about them. Well, then the only two things left that aren't the same are this, but they have to be the same because there's an equal sign. So therefore k equals 7. And if I want to show working, I could say by inspection. But I wouldn't normally write by inspection. I'd just normally do like by insp or something like that, just save time. Because once you've written it for the 1000th time, you don't want to keep writing all the letters. Okay, have a go at the next one if you like. There's going to be a few approaches to doing this. Personally, I'm just going to keep it simple and multiply it out. And as I do it, I'm just going to switch the order because just to make my life a bit easier. So there'll be 3ax, which is actually the right hand term first, plus ab. I'd have to be careful if there are any minus signs if I started doing shortcutting like that. So then, again by inspection, I can say, well, these two have to be the same because they're the number in front of the x. It has to be the same number of x's on each side because there's an equal sign. So in order to be true, there has to be the same number of x's. So that means that a equals 9. So then, for these two to be the same, b has to, actually has to also be 9. There we go. Let's try the next one. Pause the video, have a go in your own time if you like. Really important for some. I've known many students that would dive in and find out what A, B, C and D are, but you only need to find out what D is. And D is 10. How to work that out? Because there's these are 3 brackets multiplied together. The only way to make a number without any x's is the root through which multiplies those 3 numbers, which makes 10. So D equals 10. Let's do another one. What's the value of A? Again, pause the video if you want to give yourself thinking time. Again, in this case, I'm going to multiply it out. Just because I want to be certain I'm not messing anything up. I think my instinct to do this was good. I'm glad I did, because it's not going to be a neat integer. So the 3x's, I don't like crossing them out, so I won't. But I can say that by inspection, or you could say by correlating coefficients. So you might instead say correlating coefficients. 10 equals 3a. So a equals 10 over 3 because I've divided both sides by 3 and I've turned the equation around the other way at the same time just to save time. Let's do one last example. What's the value of m? Well, x plus 1 to the 5 means x plus 1 times x plus 1 times x plus 1. By the way, m is equal to 1, in case you wanted to stop the video now, because this was the last question. But in case you're still not quite sure, the only way to make x to the 5 is by multiplying all these terms in the front together. That makes x to the power 5, because there's only 5 lots of brackets, and that makes x to the 5. Which could be written as 1 x to the 5, but we never normally bother writing the 1, but it does mean that m equals 1. Thanks for watching, hopefully that was useful.